This video will focus on the application of MasterSeal Traffic 1500. MasterSeal Traffic 1500 is a single component moisture cure urethane used for both vehicular and pedestrian traffic applications. Packaging available in 5-gallon pails or 55-gallon drums. The system components are as follows: MasterSeal M200 base coat, MasterSeal M205 low VOC base coat, MasterSeal TC225 intermediate and top coat, available in gray, charcoal, tan, and dark tan, MasterSeal TC235 low VOC intermediate and top coat, currently available in gray. Other custom colors are available using MasterSeal TC225 tint base. Consult your local BASF rep for more information regarding custom colors. MasterSeal Traffic 1500 is a primerless system. However, primers are still sometimes required by certain specifiers. Available primers are MasterSeal P222 1-component solvent base or MasterSeal P220 2-component waterborne epoxy. Having the proper equipment is essential for any successful traffic coating application. From squeegees to rollers, the recommended tools are shown here. Safety equipment is also very important, primarily gloves and eye protection. Shot blasting is the preferred and most recommended form of surface preparation. Shot blasting will abrade the surface to allow proper mechanical bond of any of the MasterSeal traffic coating systems. There can be other acceptable means of surface preparation. Please contact your local BASF rep for prior approval. Whether pedestrian or vehicular traffic, cracks must be treated prior to coating application. Cracks 1/16 of an inch or greater require routing, generally 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. Cracks less than 1/16 of an inch will simply require a detail coat. When routing, the most commonly used tool is an angle grinder with a V-groove diamond blade. Once the cracks have been successfully routed, it's very important to remove all the loose dust remaining in the crack. Prior to installation of any joint sealant, it is important that the routed crack or joint is primed. Let the primer cure properly. Once tacky, but not coming up on your fingers, you are now ready for sealant application. MasterSeal SL2 or MP2 are the most commonly used sealants. MasterSeal SL1 and MP1 are also acceptable sealants. However, expect longer cure times prior to coating application. MasterSeal SL2 slope grade or MP2 are the most commonly used sealants as it relates to traffic coatings. A bulk gun is most commonly used when using either SL2 or MP2. Whether using SL2 slope grade or MP2 non-sag, it is important to strike the sealed cracks and joints flush. Wherever we have a horizontal to vertical transition, it's important to apply a cove bead of the same sealant. Both SL2 slope grade and MP2 will work in this application. Allow the sealant to cure a minimum of 24 hours. Depending on temperatures and conditions, that could be longer or shorter. Remember, cracks less than 1/16 of an inch do not require routing and caulking. It will only require a 4-inch detail coat of 25 mils of the proper MasterSeal base coat. Vertical transitions can also be considered a detail coat, especially in balcony applications. Apply 4 inches up the vertical face and 4 inches on the horizontal surface with the selected MasterSeal base coat. When terminating the system on a horizontal surface, it is good practice to provide a termination cut. Approximately 1/4 of an inch wide by 1/8 of an inch deep is acceptable. Even though MasterSeal 1500 utilizes single components, pre-mixing is still very important. Using a low-speed drill with the Jiffy-style mixing paddle, thoroughly mix each component for 3 minutes, periodically scraping the sides for an even mix. MasterSeal 1500 starts with the application of M200 base coat or M205 low VOC base coat. Once properly mixed and crew ready, steadily dump material onto the surface. A 1/4 inch notched squeegee is the best way to spread the material at the recommended coverage rate of 60 square feet per gallon. Wearing spiked shoes, evenly spread the material by pushing the squeegee at an angle, allowing the notches to help control proper coverage rates. Squeegees will wear over time and will need to be changed periodically depending on the size of your project. With the squeegee process now in progress, backrolling is the next step. Backrolling is required to help evenly distribute the material as well as breaking surface tension, minimizing micro air bubbles. Whether using a 9-inch or 18-inch roller, the thickness of the nap should be 3/8 inch or 1/2 inch and pre-saturated just prior to actual backrolling process. It is recommended to backroll the opposite direction of the squeegee for even distribution. Using a wet mill gauge can help you measure the desired mill thickness. The recommended base coat coverage rate of 60 square feet per gallon will yield an average of 25 wet mills. See the MasterSeal 1500 data guide for coverage rate conversions. Once the M200 or M205 base coat has been properly applied, allow to cure 24 hours prior to intermediate and/or top coat application. Temperatures will have an effect on the duration of cure times. Cooler temps will extend the process, while warmer temps will shorten it. The applied base coat provides the primary source of waterproofing in the MasterSeal Traffic 1500 system. To complete the system application, there are 3 levels of protection depending on the intended traffic use. In all 3 applications, we will be using MasterSeal 941 sand aggregate as part of the system. Light to medium duty, parking stalls, balconies, plazas, and stadium applications. Heavy duty, drive lanes, mechanical rooms, and loading docks. Extra heavy duty, turn lanes, and exit entrance ramps. Regardless of the level of protection, we will now be using the MasterSeal TC225 or TC235 low VOC for intermediate and/or top coats. We will also be using sand aggregate to provide skid and slip resistance to the selected system. Premixing again similar to the process of the base coat material. In a light to medium duty application, just one top coat is required, anywhere from 60 to 100 square feet per gallon. This is also achieved by using the proper notched squeegee for the desired wet mill thickness, followed again by backrolling. However, after initial backrolling, sand aggregate is broadcast into the wet coating at rates ranging from 15 to 25 pounds per 100 square feet, depending on the thickness of the applied material. MasterSeal 941 sand aggregate is recommended. Other outsourced sand aggregates may be acceptable but should be approved by your local BASF rep prior to use. After sand aggregate is evenly dispersed by hand or mechanical spreader into the wet coating, immediately backroll again to encapsulate the sand aggregate and achieve the desired finished texture. When light to medium duty application is completed, allow 48 to 72 hours of cure before opening to traffic. If used as an intermediate coat, allow 24 hours before application of next coat. In a heavy-duty application, an additional coat of TC225 or TC235 low VOC top coat will be required to provide better protection against heavier traffic. This application may also change the way sand aggregate is broadcasted into the intermediate coat. There are 3 different means and methods when distributing sand aggregate in a heavy or extra heavy-duty system: sand backroll, beach, or sand to refusal. Sand backroll method. It's what we did in the light-duty application, but repeating it a second time to make it a heavy-duty application. Beach method. Exactly what it sounds like, covering the wet intermediate coat completely with sand aggregate. This method requires extensive sweeping and blowing to remove all loose sand aggregate after sufficient cure of coating. Sand to refusal method. Much like the beach method at first, instead a gas-powered blower is introduced to help push the loose sand aggregate into the wet applied intermediate coat. This will eliminate the need for extensive sweeping, which can help make your project more profitable. Regardless of the means and methods of sand aggregate distribution, the thickness of the TC225 or TC235 low VOC as an intermediate coat can be referenced in the MasterSeal 1500 data guide or the project specifications. Typically ranging from 80 to 100 square feet per gallon, which is equal to 20 to 15 wet mills depending on the desired traffic protection. Extra heavy duty does not mean an additional coat of material. We are just going to adjust the coverage rates and add mill thickness to the intermediate and top coats to provide even more traffic protection. 60 to 80 square feet per gallon depending on the specification or intended traffic. Whether the system is heavy duty or extra heavy duty, Allow the intermediate coat to cure approximately 24 hours, depending on temperatures, and be sure all loose sand aggregate is removed. You are now ready for the finish coat. Pre-mix and apply TC225 or TC235 low VOC top coat using a flat squeegee. Lightly broadcast sand aggregate into the wet coating and finish by backrolling to encapsulate and complete the MasterSeal Traffic 1500 system. Allow 48 to 72 hours of cure before opening to traffic. This completes the application of MasterSeal Traffic 1500. For more information, please visit our website or contact your local BASF sales rep.
Master Builder Solutions from BASF. We create chemistry.